Okay, ladies, let's get real for a minute. I have been naive to some of the things going on in our country right now, and I feel that it has been partially overshadowed by, or extremely overshadowed by, some other things going on in the country right now. However, I want women to be aware of how handling our own personal safety is being viewed. So, yesterday I was informed by a man on social media who believed that I should not be able to carry a firearm on me for personal protection because I should just stay away from dangerous places. He failed to recognize that this is essentially the entire planet that I would have to stay away from. 1 out of every 6 women is the victim of an attempted or a perpetrated physical or sexual assault in her lifetime. Those are very real statistical numbers. Every year, 200,000 attempted rapes or physical assaults are halted because women are able to defend themselves with firearms. These are very real numbers. So for a man to sit here and tell me that I have nothing to worry about if I just stay away from dangerous places, I believe he's extremely ignorant to reality. So in that same whole breath, some other people had things to say, such as I should just learn how to fight. So if I learn how to fight, I would be able to defend myself, weighing in at roughly 130 pounds, against a man 2, 3, maybe 4 times the size of me, who is very strongly attempting to do physical bodily harm to me. I do not like those odds, and however I have taken defensive training, I still am not fully 100% sure that I would be able to defend myself in a close encounter, one-on-one attack with a guy who could potentially be way bigger than me. This was all followed up with another statement from another man who then said, I obviously was raped at some point in my life to feel the need to have to carry a firearm to defend myself with. Now, this is one of the most ignorant statements I've ever heard in my entire life. The rest are ignorant as well, but this one just tops the cake. I will not be a victim. I urge all of you women to not be victims. And men think that we have to be victims in order to want to protect ourselves. That is completely outlandish to me. I don't know how anybody can absolutely wrap their head around it. So these are very real things and very real ideas that are going around right now in our society, that women have no need to protect themselves against physical attacks or sexual attacks. And that is just not true. Statistics show that physical attacks on women and sexual assaults on women are extremely high. Women need to be able to defend themselves. Now, do I think they should have more tools under their belt besides a firearm? Absolutely. I carry pepper spray everywhere I go. My dogs are usually with me. I also have taken defensive training, but as a last line of resort, I want my firearm with me. It's a tool in my belt, and I pray that I will never need it, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I urge you all to go out and take, if you're not familiar with guns, if you're not familiar with the laws around guns, I urge you to go out and take a firearm safety course. I know GOAL offers, it's Gun Owners Action League of America. They offer Women on Target courses, which is women only firearm safety courses. You'd be in a group with just women. who most of them are in the same situation. They've never shot and they just want to get more comfortable with it. I notice it's women who seem to be extremely naive on the subject, who feed off of mainstream media and who fear guns because of the way mainstream media portrays them. I came into firearms relatively not too long ago. It was roughly about 3 years ago when I came into firearms and learning how to shoot and whatnot. It's a slow progression to being comfortable with concealed carrying and with having a gun on you at all times. But I walked into the first firearm safety course I ever took, and I had a lot of preconceived notions about guns, which all stem from the way the media portrayed them. I was scared of guns. I thought they were horrible. I failed to see any way that they could possibly be good or the benefit they could wield for anybody who wasn't trying to do bad things with them. The safety course, and throughout my experience, moving forward with guns and talking to a lot of people who have way more experience with guns and doing a lot of research, I've learned that all of my preconceived notions on them were completely false. That guns have a lot of purposes, not just for bad. Guns can do great things. As I stated before, there's over 200,000 attempted physical assaults and sexual assaults that have been halted because a woman was concealed carrying. Those are very real numbers. Those, to me, hit home. I'm a woman. I have daughters. And I want my daughters to never be victims. I want to educate them and I want to train them to be able to protect themselves. That's what we're supposed to do as parents. We're supposed to be able to protect our children, but we have to release them out into the real world. We have to be able to prepare them to not be victims and to be women who feel empowered to protect themselves. So I urge you all, if you are not experienced with guns, especially if you are against guns, because the majority of the women I talk to who are completely against guns, it's strictly based off of their preconceived notions, which is usually based off of mainstream media, which is usually false. So I urge you to go out there and take a firearm safety course. I've seen them run anywhere from $15 to $65, which to me, it isn't too bad of a price. It's pretty cheap. So I urge you, go take that course, even if you have no intentions of ever buying a gun or getting your license to carry or owning guns or anything. Just go take that course and get yourself educated so you really understand why so many women are starting to take their own safety into their own hands. Why we want to be able to defend ourselves with guns. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. If I can't answer your questions, I'll be happy to direct you to somebody who can. But I urge you to do some research and to understand, like, there's still a lot of people out there, especially men, who think that we don't deserve the right to be able to protect ourselves. Like, if I fail to see how this is an absolutely infuriating women across the board, because it should. Because we want the same rights as men and we want to be treated as equals to men, but yet women act so afraid of guns, and instead of empowering ourselves to carry guns, to know about guns, and educating ourselves, we just latch on to mainstream media and we just continue the cycle, and we show the majority of these men that they're right. We don't deserve the right to use them, and that's not okay. We need to show them, we need to fight back, and we need to show them we're capable of this. We're capable of protecting ourselves, and we will not be victims. So, like I said, I urge you, seek out research, look for a firearm safety course, and just go take a firearm safety course, or do some research online, or reach out and ask me some questions if you want. So I think that's it for now. Feel free to like this video and pass it on to any females you know. I hope to get the word out there. I'm a huge advocate for women learning how to shoot and for, you know, concealed carrying. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.